In yoga, there's a great deal of discussion about hamstring length, these three muscles on the back side of your thighs from sitting and the activities of our daily life can get really contracted. So we always talk about lengthening in the yoga practice. In this practice, we'd like to focus a little bit more on strengthening the hamstrings to tone the muscles of the legs. We'll begin seated. To get in touch with your hamstrings, take your palms right at the backs of the thighs. With your feet forward, pull your feet in toward you. Knees are bent. And notice how you start to feel how the backside of the legs start to engage more. Now do the opposite. Reach them out away from you. Notice how you lose the tone. Do that again. Pull them in isometrically. As you pull them in, notice how the sit bones slightly drop forward and you get a little bit more tone in the muscles of the low back, and you feel that engagement of the back side of the leg, and now push them away. Those are the muscles we'll be working on toning in this practice. Come to a standing position. I'll be using 2 blocks for this first move, but you can easily put your hands on a chair or on the wall to do the same thing. If you've got blocks, place them forward. Place your hands at the blocks. Again, it can be a chair or the wall. Center your left foot on the mat and lift your right leg in the air. Bend your right knee slightly. Bend your left knee quite a bit. Draw down. Inhale. Slowly come up. Draw down. And slowly rise up. You might want to take your hand to the back side of the leg and feel the engagement as you bend the knee and come toward a straight leg. Feel that tone that you're getting. Just this nice pulsation up. I've got the lifted leg bent so that I can keep that engagement of the leg. With a bent leg, it's a little bit more effective to do that for me. Release your right foot down. Center the right foot. Take your left leg in the air. Bend the left knee. Spread your left toes. Slowly bend the right knee. And slowly lift up. A few more times. Bend the right knee. Slowly come toward a straight right leg. Bend your right knee. Slowly lift up. Bend your right knee. Slowly rise up. Take your right hand to the back side of the leg and see if you can feel that engagement, that toning that you're doing as you do these pulsations. Slowly moving so carefully. Now release your left foot down. Place your hands to your low back and rise up. In the same way that we just did, that slow movement, bending the knee and straightening the leg, let's try that in a simplified Surya Namaskar, sun salute. Inhale, take your arms up and slightly back. Exhale, take your hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Bend your right knee. Balance yourself with your hands right above your knee and slowly come toward a straight leg in the back leg and bend your knee again. And come toward a straight back leg, bend your knee again. Come toward a straight leg, Place your hands to the mat, step the back foot forward. Inhale, take your arms up and slightly back. Exhale, take your hands right in front of your heart. Now we'll move the left leg in that same way. Inhale, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, bend both knees so that you can plant your hands alongside your ankle. Step your left leg back. Bend your back leg. Balance yourself with the back heel lifting nicely. Slowly come toward a straight leg. Bend your knee. Drop down a little bit. Come toward a straight leg. Bend your knee. Come toward a straight leg. One more time. Bend your knee. Come toward a straight leg. Place your hands to the mat. Step your back foot forward. Inhale. Take your arms up. Exhale. Place your hands right in front of your heart. Now let's bend both knees. As you bend your knees, imagine that you're moving your feet like a mime. You're trying to just pull backwards. And as you pull one foot isometrically back, you feel this engagement of the leg. You pull the right foot back and you feel that isometric movement. You're just imagine that you're walking backwards to keep that engagement. Now, maintaining a strong and steady action in the back of the leg. Draw your hands up. Put more weight on your heels. Take your gaze right between your hands. Get the back body really full. Maybe you can drop a little bit lower in the pose. Inhale and rise up out of your pose. Exhale, release your hands. Now come to a seated position. Sit with your feet forward. We started just feeling the backside of the leg engaged as we pull in from the heels. That strong engagement tones the backside of the legs. Now place your hands behind you. Pull the heels in. Lift your heart nicely. Keep pulling the heels in. See if you can lift your pelvis up just a little bit. And take your pelvis down. Pull the heels in. Bend your elbows. Pull the elbows in to lift your heart. Pulling the heels in. Press down to lift up, maybe a little bit higher. Exhale and release. So if you don't come to the full pose for this class, meaning the pelvis really lifts high, the action that we're looking for is the strength in the backside of the leg in this pose. So if you feel like your wrists are not so strong, we could work on arm strength in the wrists in another practice. One more time, place your hands, spread your fingers, bend your elbows, pull your elbows in to lift your heart, press down through the base of the index fingers. Now really fire your legs, pull from the heel all the way to the pelvis before lifting up. And can you keep that strong charge, that pulling in action from the heels toward the heart? Release the pelvis down and come to lie on your back. We do bridge pose quite a bit in yoga. This is a slight variation to the bridge pose. Bridge pose has your pelvis lifting up. Now let's try that with the heels pulling in toward the heart. So as you isometrically pull the heels in toward your heart, you can plant your elbows with the arms in this robot form with the palms facing each other. Keep pulling the heels in toward the heart, lift up, and notice what a difference that makes for your pose. Release your pelvis down. Walk your feet another footprint away from your pelvis. For the variation that we'll do today, lift your toes up with your heels drilling into the floor. Toes are lifted. Pull your heels in. Lift your pelvis up. So it's an awkward bridge, but we're really working on a very specific area in the practice today. That is the backside of the legs, the hamstring strength. Take your pelvis down. Step your feet one big footprint back, and notice how you start to feel that engagement the further out your feet are from your pelvis. Lift your toes up. Pull in from the heels all the way to the heart. Lift high. Release your pelvis down. If the hamstrings feel like they're cramping up on you, you need to obviously come out of the pose and breathe fully. Now step your feet maybe one last time, a little bit farther, your choice. As you pull in from the heels all the way to the pelvis, lift your pelvis high, release your pelvis down, and straighten your legs. Release your arms, close your eyes. Just allow a nice ease to your breath. Nice softness to the facial muscles. Allow the benefits of toning the hamstring muscles, of strengthening the muscles to be felt. You breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Keep a nice ease to your breath. Enjoy this time of assimilating the actions of the practice. Thank you for joining me in the practice. Namaste.